Okay, so we're going to continue in section 5.6. We just got through in the previous video talking about how to square a binomial. And the next special product, and this is the last one of this chapter, it is about how to multiply a sum and a difference of the same two terms. Now, notice here we call it a sum and a difference because you have the two terms that are being added, that's the sum, and then you have the two terms that are being subtracted, that's the difference, right? So we're multiplying. Remember, product means multiply, and then it's the sum, the addition, and the difference, the subtraction of two terms. And so if you were to take this and multiply, there's some things that you're going to notice will happen each time. And so that's basically what the shortcut does. So as I'm going to work through a couple of examples with you, and hopefully you'll be able to see that pattern and you'll be able to see how the shortcut's used. In my opinion, this is an easier shortcut than the squaring of the binomial. Squaring of binomials can be confusing to people, but in this case, we multiply this product. It's going to be pretty simple. You're going to be able to see pretty quickly what it looks like, and hopefully it won't be a big deal. So we'll use the example that you see on the screen, m plus 5 times m minus 5. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to FOIL this one, okay, just because I want to show you what happens. So if you FOIL, you do m times m and get m squared. Then you would multiply m times negative 5 and get negative 5m. And then you would do 5 times m and get positive 5m. And then you would do 5 times 5 and you get negative 25. Now, what you'll notice here is that when you combine your like terms, negative 5 and positive 5 cancel each other out. It's going to be 0, right? And so really all that you're left with is m squared minus 25. And there's our final answer. So what this shortcut says is that if you know you're multiplying a sum and a difference of the same two terms, you can just multiply first and last. Because every time the outer and inner terms in our FOIL, those middle terms, they're going to cancel out every single time. And so because of that, if we notice this is a sum and difference of the same two terms, then we can just do first and last only. And so again, it saves us some work. Now, somebody may say, well, I just can't remember the shortcut. That is perfectly fine. It's not a huge shortcut. Squaring of the binomial is really more of a shortcut than this is, but this does save you a little bit of time if you know what's going to happen. And so if you say, well, I can't do it. I don't know. I don't understand, whatever. Again, you can always multiply. Always, always, always you can multiply if you need to. Okay? So, let's look at a couple of examples. So here again, we're going to find the product. This is a sum and a difference of the same two terms because we've got our sum here, our difference here. Again, you can see the terms are all the same, x and 4y. And so because it does fit into this form, we're going to multiply first terms, x times x, and get x squared. And we're going to multiply the last terms. Negative 4y times positive 4y is a negative 16y squared. And again, there's our answer. If you had multiplied the outer and inner terms, you would see you had negative 4xy and a positive 4xy. And again, they would cancel out. So, again, pretty easy shortcut. Hopefully it's not a huge problem for you as we go through this. Now, on the next one, you could distribute the 4y squared. However, if you do, then you just have to FOIL or use the box method or whatever to multiply your two binomials. What I would prefer is let's do the shortcut and multiply the binomials together and then distribute the 4y squared. That would be the easiest way to go about doing this. So I'm going to bring down the 4y squared, and then we're going to do our shortcut on those other two binomials. Now we're still going to put this in parentheses because the 4y squared is going to have to get multiplied into what we get as our answer. Okay, so we'll multiply y times y and get y squared. We'll multiply 7 times negative 7 and get negative 49. And again, if you did the outer and inner terms, you get 7y and negative 7y, and again, they're going to cancel. But now we need to distribute this 4y squared, and so when we do, we have 4y to the 4th minus 196 y squared. And so there is our final answer. If you have questions about that, let me know. I feel like this shortcut's pretty easy. I believe this does finish up section 5.6. It does. We will continue in the next video getting into section 5.7.